It's Yvonne here to do What's Cracking reading. Thank you so much for all your beautiful comments and your kind words. As you know, I read them every day. Welcome to the new people on board, and of course, a big thank you to those who've followed me since the beginning. Um, Before we go any further, I am still doing personal readings, so if you want to have personal reading with me, email me at the Aussie Goddess, or one word, no numbers, or spelt correctly, at gmail.com. And I will quite happily send you any of the details you want. Um, I do a range of recorded readings and also face-to-face and Zoom, and I use Zoom for life coaching. So if you're interested in any of those, I'm happy for you to email me and I can give you some information. If you're interested in becoming a member of the channel, there is a join button below and a membership button. Um, you can see what I offer as part of those. So I'm still trying to work out how to get everybody together. So I've gone live a couple of times. I haven't even struck one of you. So hopefully we'll get there. Is there anything else? Oh, is there anything else I need to say? We're going to use the Albano Rider-Waite Tarot for this morning's readings. I'm not going to do any readings on Friday this week because I have 2 assignments due and I've done very little really towards them. I've been so busy. So I decided I'd just skip the readings this Friday. If I do get a chance, of course I will do. All right, let's see where we're going with your reading today. All I saw was a flash of yellow. It was so symbolic. And so it should be. It's the Fool card. The Fool card sort of tells us that a new beginning is at hand. Now, sometimes this new beginning might be something we just have to jump at because the Fool is about taking a risk into a new cycle, which also says to me you've completed something here. So if you've been doing work on yourself or you've been working on a particular issue, whatever it is for you, the Fool tells me you've completed a cycle and you're about to move into the next cycle, which is a beautiful thing. So it can mean that you need to take some risks, but I'm not talking about, really bad risks. What I'm talking about is sometimes we need to grab something while it's there. So, if somebody walks in and says, I've got a job for you, I'm going to offer you this is what it looks like. You haven't got time to really stand around to make a decision. You might have a couple of hours, whatever, but if you put it off, you may miss the opportunity. And then maybe it wasn't meant for you anyway. That's the way I see it. But if you want this opportunity, it's something you've got to snatch up. There may be a little bit of a risk involved, but I like it. All right, so we have the Chariot card coming through. So it could be a risk with a Cancer. Maybe it's a Cancer person offering you this opportunity. But when the Chariot comes in after the Fool, especially 2 major arcanas right there, I feel like somehow or another something is ready to move forward very quickly. So maybe it is a snap offer that you've got to make a decision on quickly because they want you to start straight away. That sort of energy. I feel like sometimes with, when we've got an opportunity, it sort of feels really, I'm going to get into it a little bit because I've got a feeling I know why it's happening that quickly, because somebody is communicating with you and it feels like to me, yeah, there may be an opportunity that is actually for you personally. It could be an opportunity of romance or love, but it's directed at you personally. It's not like a general job offer. It's not a job offer that's gone out to everybody. It may be something that you've applied for before and they thought you were right for the role, but something may have pushed them to choose somebody else and now the job is ready. But it's almost like it's there, it's ready to go. It could be that somebody you know is offering you a job because they are already aware of your talents and skills. So it sort of almost feels like something is tailor-made for you. If this is a romance, I would be very, very surprised. We have the 7 of Swords coming through. I do have the Devil sitting back here with the 6 of Pentacles. And the 7 of Swords is really looking back at that 6 of Pentacles. It may be that you're a bit reluctant to take this offer that's coming towards you. Maybe it's taken a long time and you've moved on. For example, if this is a romance for you, you could have already moved on to somebody else and be deciding that you want to give it a go with somebody else. If this is a job, you could have moved into another job in the meantime. But what I feel like here is whatever this job is, it's something that's almost been tapered or tailored to your experience, and it's something that somebody has sort of earmarked you for. So if it isn't about your skills and experiences, then it could be somebody offering you something because they feel you have the capacity. Like somebody coming forward and saying, I want you to write a book. Um, I want you to record a record. I want you to um, go on this cruise and run this cruise ship because I feel like you'd be the type of person to do that. So it feels like something that someone has recognized something about you and they see the potential of that. It's not like you're being sort of divvied out unnecessarily. It's not like that. It's not like you're being picked from a lot of people. Whatever this opportunity is, it's earmarked for you. So let's see where we're going with this. All right, have the Four of Swords coming through, Two of Swords, Five of Cups, and the High Priestess. There's definitely a decision being made, and you're definitely sort of taking time out to make this decision. I don't think you've got a lot of time with the Fool card, but it possibly may mean that the Fool card is representing that the opportunity won't come round again. But there just does seem to be a decision. So I do feel that you're maybe tied into something else because you have the Five of Cups there. So there may be a possibility that whatever this is, you've already started something new, or you've already sort of gone down a different pathway. I want to say to you with the High Priestess here, it is really worthwhile you giving this a good think. Really make a decision that is right for you. Maybe it's a little risky. Maybe it is a bit risky. Maybe it's the type of, maybe you've got, really secure, stable job. And maybe this is a little out of the ordinary. But whatever this opportunity is, the universe is saying, think carefully here. Trust your intuition. All right, so we have the Page of Pentacles coming through with the Four of Pentacles. Ten of Cups, right over those cards. I feel like here, the making this decision or deciding to go in a particular way may be very new to you. It may be that you've never done this before. We've all been put in that sort of place where somebody's asked us to do something that we've never done before. Because for me, this sort of Four of Pentacles feels almost like fear. I don't mean fear as in you're scared in I guess, a really negative way, but maybe you're fearful of whether, because to me, with this page here, you see the page looking at the pentacle, and I'm thinking this is like novice. This is like somebody starting out, but you've got the Ten of Cups coming through. So the opportunity here is huge, but you may be sort of sitting there really sort of worried that, maybe you've got to worry about your money, maybe you've got to worry about your reputation, but whatever it is, it's keeping you in sort of very tight and enclosed. And because of that, you're not sort of thinking outside your comfort zone. This for me, like, it feels like the comfort zone. I don't always think it's good to be a yes person. In fact, I actually think it's wrong to be a yes person, especially if you don't want to do something. But I feel like here you do. I feel like somehow or another this is something new for you that you are maybe really thinking about doing. But ultimately, there's sort of this energy of, maybe not really feeling that, you are enough for the job or big enough for the job or whatever it happens to be. There's a real feeling here of wondering if you can get outside that comfort zone. All right, there's a lot of decision making in this reading, a lot of weighing up and pros and cons, but there is forward movement with that Knight of Wands. And look, here you are at the end, the Emperor. As human beings, we don't always trust, that we have what it takes to do something. And many of us are very, very comfortable living in that comfort zone. But I feel like here you are being, especially with that Knight of Wands, really encouraged to follow your passion here. So it could be that you're in a very steady government job. You could have been in there for ages and somebody finally offers you that contract for singing or dancing or whatever it happens to be. And you're like, but I don't know if I can make the money out of that. I don't know if I could do it because I'm really comfortable in my 9 to 5 job. And that might mean I have to work outside of those times. But whatever it is here, it feels like it's really hitting home for you. There's a leap of faith required on it and a lot of forward movement coming through here. I feel like you have some sort of communication from somebody who's recognized your greatness. I do feel with this sort of energy, though, that there is a little bit of fear and a little bit of trepidation around, is this right for me? Can I do this? Am I going to, fall over on it? I don't think so. I think that you are absolutely going to accept this offer. Regardless of what's going on behind. And I do feel with this Emperor card that it's like stepping into your power. So whatever happens in this particular, opportunity you are being offered, it's giving you the opportunity to showcase your skills. It's giving you the opportunity to really show who you are. So whatever it is, it's a really, really good opportunity. All right. Let's read you an oracle card. If it is a new romance for you, then maybe it's sort of not somebody you see yourself with, or maybe you're not feeling like this is the right person, or maybe it's more about worrying that this person, we all talk about the imposter syndrome. So if you've had a pretty traumatic childhood, you always grow up with this thing they call the imposter syndrome. And I remember, being really successful in the job I was in and saying to the woman, who was amazing, she was the best manager I've ever had. She was so incredibly good to me. And if I could look back now, I probably would have done things differently. But I remember saying to her, how do you think I'm going at the job? And she looked at me and she said, how do you think you're going at the job? I thought, I've had an award for sales. I've had a party in my celebration where I got all these gifts from the company for what I'd done, but it still made me feel like I was an imposter. And I look back now and I think, wow, I could have gone so far with that. I was just killing it. But at the time, I just always felt like I wasn't good enough for it, or that, somebody was going to see that I was just pretending, that I didn't have the skills and talents that I needed. And years later, I remember thinking, I wonder why I'm like that. And found out it's called the imposter syndrome. All right, basket of 174 hertz. It is card 13, and I saw 1113 come up on the clock a little bit earlier, and I thought, I must have a look at that. Because sometimes I think those numbers I see are really relevant to the reading. They often are with a personal reading as well. Bastet of 174 hertz. Might be Bastet, I'm not sure. You've been moving so fast for so long that you're not realizing how wound up you've become. Gently unwind now to drop into a deeper, slower healing rhythm, and you will restore your body, mind, and soul. Things which may seem too difficult right now shall soon seem more manageable and even pleasurable to accomplish. So maybe with this decision you have to make about whether you want to take this up or not, it's very possible that getting into 174 hertz, and you can just Google that on YouTube, or go on YouTube and get some vibrations that work at that level, which might help you sort of sort through what sort of decision you need to make. Oh, how funny. The cat's purr is considered medically therapeutic as it is 174 hertz. Yeah, so it says, ask you to slow down and take some time to heal, rest, and enjoy your life. Then you can more effortlessly be a source of positive energy. We deal with issues far more effectively from a place of peace and relaxation than from stress. So if this is your reading, I would strongly suggest you try that, because sometimes when we meditate, become more mindful, get in a good place, decisions become so much more easier for us because we're not acting from stress and fear. And that's really good, because when you're trying to make a decision and you're not putting all your emotion into it, you can be really practical and logical. And I feel like you need that for this one. I feel honestly that those things like your emotions maybe getting the better of you, or maybe making you feel less than you probably are. All right, I'll leave you with that. Thank you. Oh, the Gemini reading is up next. Can't find my cursor.